Welcome Star Wars Force Arena players to this brand new video. First of all, excuse the recording quality. The software I used to make the video with didn't want to work, so I had to use my NVIDIA screen recorder, and as you can see it came out in widescreen because I have a widescreen monitor, and I had no idea it would come out looking like this as I open my rewards, and I couldn't really re-record it because obviously I know you guys like to see my rewards sometimes, so apologies. Game footage you'll see here will be between Count Dooku and Ahsoka in 1 vs 1 Kyber gameplay from a highlight that I picked while I talk about today's subject. What is today's subject? Is this the beginning of the end of Force Arena? And why do I say that? This week we should have had a game update. I say should, am I being entitled? Who knows? It's been 2 months since update 3.2 arrived and we had nothing this week apart from the usual post on the forums of buy our packs, which is 7 days after the last post saying buy our packs. That's all we're getting, clearly. And not surprisingly, but surprisingly, Netmarble have unlisted their Star Wars Force Arena videos from YouTube. What does that mean? It means that if their media, the video footage, is on a page somewhere like their website, it'll still be playable. It just means you can no longer find it on Netmarble's YouTube channel. It has been completely removed. Now, I discovered this probably about 2 weeks ago, and it was highlighted again in the comment section on one of the pages on YouTube by a viewer recently. And I knew it happened, but I left it alone thinking that, well, I didn't think anything of that just for now. But given the fact we didn't get an update this week, it could be significant. Two things, positive and negative. Positive, it could mean 4.0 is going to completely revamp the game again, so they didn't want to have any video footage up there from the old style of gameplays, and because the game has changed so much and will change much in 4.0, they didn't want players to get excited about old game mechanics that will no longer work in 4.0. That's the positive. But what do I really think? I really think that this is it. This is going to be the end of the game. And this comes on the back, despite the fact the game, although it's not generating huge downloads, it's not in tens of thousands, but last month on iOS and Google Play, on iOS it had 40k downloads for the month of October, and then on Google Play it had 70,000 downloads. Not a huge number, but as you saw there, it's generating 70k revenue on both formats. Again, not huge amounts of money. But given the fact we've had a new CEO takeover before 3.0 arrived, and clearly he had an influence in 3.0, you think before that Netmarble were quite generous with their rewards, and then with each update they're taking back stuff away from players, taking them with crystals, and to the point we are now where crystals are hard to come by in the game. And Netmarble have been in a position where they're just not making much money, and a lot of their shares were dumped earlier in the year before he arrived, and obviously his job is to turn things around. Lineage 2 being a big ticket item had another update, had a huge update last week, another update this week, more videos to promote it, and Netmarble are clearly looking to their new IPs, the new games they're bringing out to hopefully generate some revenue, and games like Force Arena that make absolutely hardly any money are going to be left to rot, I think, personally. I could be wrong, you know, but I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments below, what you guys think about this, given the fact this is where we're at. And after we had 3.0 released, which was a big update, the big hope to get the game out there, and that backfired because they just don't listen to the player base. So I think it's a sad time for the game. And I know at the start of the week we had the update news where potentially we had some new cars in the game, but I did highlight the fact and say that it might not happen. And I was hoping I would be mistaken, but obviously it's clear that it hasn't happened. Plus those cards are old cards. The game hasn't been data mined for a very long time, so there's a good chance those cards could have been in there a long time ago. Bearing in mind that both units come from The Force Awakens and not actually in The Last Jedi solo movie. There's none of that in there. And interestingly enough, none of that content has been data mined. They didn't find any Beckett, any Kira, any Lando. None of that information is in there, which is really bizarre. So it's clear to me that Netmarble haven't bothered to invest in solo content, given how bad solo's done, obviously, as well at the box office. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Personally, I think I'm kind of heartbroken. The game's got to this stage where it's just been left to rot now by Netmarble, who just clearly don't give a monkeys about the game anymore. They have a really, really good game under their hands, and they just haven't got a clue what to do with it. And rather than engage with community, they've constantly battled with us to just push out content updates we just don't want. And this is the mess we're in today. And it's a sad state of affairs. But if Netmobile are watching this, and I know they do sometimes watch my videos, I don't know if they do anymore, to be honest, reach out to us, engage, and hopefully we can turn things around and make the game work. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts. And as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. May the force be with you.